Historians note, Saturn Devouring His Son takes place in the year 2556, a year following the events of Operation Farstorm in Halo Hunters in the Dark, which saw the UNSC home fleet suffer significant casualties from 000 Tragic Solitude's assault on Earth. LV didn't seem like much to most. The sprawling habitat network spanned nearly 30% of the available surface of the LV-31, an oblong planetoid locked in orbit amidst the asteroid belt of a nondescript gas giant in the Marcy system. LV got its name from the planetoid's own shorthand, but got its funding from IMC. In fact, it was essentially a massive satellite corporate campus for the Imbrium Machine Complex, an influential industrial firm that had entered into a partnership with the BXR Mining Corporation to establish a robust survey and mining operation aimed at harvesting vital natural resources from the surrounding asteroid field. In the wake of the Covenant War and the events that followed, the United Nations Space Command had placed great importance on partnerships such as these as they sought to rebuild the fleets they had lost. Julien Donney had come to IMC after a brief stint in the military. Like many, he had been pressed into service near the end of the Covenant War, but after his initial 4-year deployment, he felt drawn back into the civilian sector. Sure, serving with Big Green was fine when it was easier to find the greater good, but once the Covenant wasn't the same planet-burning boogeyman, Julien was far more interested in finding a bit more autonomy in his own life. It didn't take much convincing to sign a survey and securities contract with IMC, his familiarity with both industrial labor and military procedure making him an ideal fit for a variety of potentially hazardous assignments. LV had quickly become home for Julien, despite the remoteness of the location. He liked the people, he liked the routing, just enough danger, just enough challenge, and more than enough pay. Especially after responding to this latest appointment, enhanced security detail for a particularly high-value find on one of the nearby asteroids.
Original story written by the Halo franchise team of Halo Studios. We thank Halo Studios for continuing to tell grand stories within Halo's universe and dedicate this series as a love letter to their efforts. Jumperscape Audio and Scion Esports present Stories from Waypoint. Episode 10, Saturn Devouring His Son, posted first on Halo Waypoint, October 31st, 2023.
What's this Prime Hall BXR so jumpy about?
Supposed to be big. Alien big. Apparently, 3 days ago, their deep sweep on Site 22 pinged back a massive Grade K deposit.
Is it Covenant?
Older. The really good stuff.
You two sealed up yet?
Is the hull confirmed?
Oh, it's confirmed, all right. Apparently, when the 120s they dropped finally blasted through the boundary layer, they found a lot more than they bargained for.
What do you mean?
It wasn't just some inert cache. It was a whole damn ship. Or that's the best guess for the moment, at least.
Are you serious? If there's an actual alien ship down there...
Dormant tech. Very valuable.
Yeah, and dangerous. No wonder they're deploying hazmat.
We're closing on the target. Final checks, then stand by.
Would you look at this place? See those chunks of rock there? Those 120s are perfect for making serious progress without damaging any valuable material under...
We know, Abe. Stay sharp. These miners don't need a lesson on their own methods.
Well, I thought it was interesting.
At least someone understands learning a thing or two.
Do we have any idea how this thing ended up rock-wrapped?
You kidding? Never seen anything like it. You'd think God himself painted this silverfish with a damn asteroid brush. And honestly, I don't even care how it got here. I'm just thinking of how we get it out. This, my friends, is a retirement-grade find.
And you sure it's a ship?
Orbital survey drones did a dozen different scans and it all turned up the same basic data. Maybe it's a ship, maybe it's an interstellar vacation home. Might not be sure of what it is, but I sure as hell know what it's worth.
I'm sure you understand that anything found within the casket is going to need to be confiscated for IMC to study. You aren't rated for whatever could be in there.
You don't have to warn me on that one, I get it. I'd like to see the document that approves the finder's fee as soon as possible, though.
We'll get that to you after we get word from our superiors.
That could take weeks. Don't you have some lying around?
That's not how that works, Foreman. We're just here to collect what we can.
So what's the plan, Mox?
BXR is going to reestablish a perimeter and recalibrate their equipment to see if they're able to open this can. Lance and West, position 1. Bachinardi, position 2. Louisa and Oswald, position 3. Abe, you and Julien are in position 4. Keep eyes and comms open. We start knocking in 5. Positions 2 and 4. Make sure your hot seals are good to go and see how close you can get to the target surface. I want a closer look and better data on this thing.
Abe, are you seeing this? Abe?
What in the actual? I'm picking it up too. 7 distinct points in the alloy. Wait, 9. Mox, you should probably come and see this. This is incredible. It's absolutely Forerunner.
Positions 1 and 3 on me for initial clearance sweep. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Mox, you sure? Should we wait?
For who? You want to give your old military buddies a call and hand this over to them? Or do you want to earn that payday you keep talking about? This is what we do, who we are.
The last of the black paintings by Earth artist Francisco Goya watched over the ready room of the Paris-class UNSC Saturn from within a protective container, bearing the image of the Roman god Saturn gripping the bloodied, partially consumed corpse of one of his children. In the ancient myth, Saturn was haunted by a prophecy that he would be cast down by one of his sons, just as he had done to his father, and so he ate them upon birth. Ghostly white fingers clasped the sides of the tiny body as if he possessed talons rather than human hands, kneeling in what seemed to be a dark cave. His mouth was fully agape, and his eyes appeared frenzied, bulging with shock, as if surprised to be caught in the middle of such a grotesque act.
I always thought he swallowed them whole.
Well, you're quite right, of course. That is what the myth tells us. But Goya saw the horror of the act in quite a different way. In his interpretation, they were devoured, bit by bit. Of course, we're looking at it far removed from its original context regarding the political upheaval of Goya's time. The French Revolution, the Peninsular War, the Inquisition, all fascinating areas of Earth's history that, in some ways, resemble our own recent. It seems we shall have to pick this up later, Lieutenant.
The avatar of the Saturn shipboard artificial intelligence was waiting for them at the central holotable, along with a visual layout of the asteroid's surface. Lycaon bore the image of a man in a white gold toga, but his head was that of a wolf.
Garbled distress messages from Site 22, Captain. Contact with the on-site team has been lost.
Mox, pull out! Beck, Artie, get them out of there! What the hell is that?
Get the lasers back on! Don't let that thing through!
It's too late for that! Grab something, Abe!
What the hell is going on down there? Can you clean up the distress message?
Attempting to now, sir.
Bring up their camera feeds! I see nothing, Lycaon.
These are the only sources I can find, Captain.
Wait, there. Enhance that image.
Processing now.
No, wait, that's... It can't be.
Rules of engagement are clear in the event of an incursion such as this, sir. Emergency contact protocol Upsilon must be implemented to withdraw all groundside units and limit the spread of the parasite.
Withdraw? The only personnel on the ground are essentially unarmed miners. Our troop complement is more than capable of making short work of this infestation. Prep Fire Team Leviathan for deployment.
Need I remind you, sir, that if even one of the Spartans is compromised by the flood, use of Mac rounds and fusion warheads is authorized to sterilize the area.
And if we do that, we lose the massive deposit of resources that our fleets need to rebuild. We barely managed to get the home fleet back up to a few dozen ships, while the brass is demanding whole battle groups be assembled. Never mind the loss of material we've got on the ground and the site's proximity to LV-31. I say again, and for the last time, prepare to deploy.
I am sorry, sir, but in the event of a flood outbreak, protocol supersedes your command. Per UNSC Regulation 14.37201, if you are unwilling to comply, I am authorized to remove you from...
Override code phrase. Actiones secundum fide. Bring all stations to alert. I want a HAZOP group deployed to support Leviathan. Make ready to form a defensive perimeter and hold the line.
They're going to find us. They're going to find us. They're going to... You shut it. They're definitely going to if they keep hearing you crying like that. Keep your voice down. Site 22. Site 22 is... all gone. We need to find a way off this rock. Is our ship still on the landing pad? It should be. Mox never ordered its return. Come on. We can get a better view from the entrance. Slowly now. No. Are they insane? They can't honestly think that. Wait, those are Spartans. Those are Spartans. Now's our chance. We can make for the Pelican. Hold there, son. Hold on. Spartans aren't a good sign. But they're winning. They're... No! Julien, get your head straight. Hey, we're not making it off this rock. We're not going anywhere! We just need to make a sprint for it and hope for the best. There's nothing else we can... Julien! Look out!
Tearing, scratching, kicking, rolling, breaking, slicing, chest cavity, spine, nest, devour. Oh God, get off me. Become.
Captain, 1 Spartan casualty.
What?
Make that 2. Captain, they're being surrounded. Do we order a retreat?
4
Spartans KIA, Captain. The Hellbringers are holding the last line with what's left. Orders, Captain.
Get a Pelican down there and get them back here.
All forces lost, sir. There's no human life signs left on the surface.
This is Captain Alvarez of the UNSC Saturn. I am declaring Corruptor and Upsilon protocols. All remaining groundside personnel have 7 minutes to withdraw from Site 22 as the Saturn moves into position, where we will fire our arsenal of Shiva-class nuclear missiles. Good luck, and Godspeed.
Julien, stop! It's me!
Unity.
Don't make me! No!
Aim, devour, deluge, unity, peace. We hunger, we find, we envelop, searching,
Captain Alvarez gazed at what had previously been known as Site 22. The view from the bridge was still engulfed in fire. Only a handful of dropships had managed to return, while the others, well, perhaps the detonation of the Shivas had been a mercy compared to what they had likely been reshaped into. He wanted nothing more than to return to his quarters and get to work on the bottle of Titan smoke he had been saving for retirement. But this would not be the celebratory drink he had envisioned, and it was a bitter realization that the twilight years of his career had culminated in his most brazen failure. He had already begun mentally rehearsing the court-martial that no doubt awaited him. Lycaon had remained inert and unresponsive, while Alvarez had known how to countermand the AI's attempt to usurp his authority. It had simply placed him into a kind of stasis. There was no doubt, however, that the techs back home knew how to restore his functionality. 1,000 desperate options ran through his mind. Whether he could initiate final dispensation and order the crew to run with him across the stars, or face the trial that awaited him and bear the burden of what his actions had cost.
XO, you'll have the bridge. I'll be in my quarters.
He would open that bottle after all, and perhaps come to a final decision at the bottom of a very large glass.
Weapon, sharp, cut, hunger, become more. Make it stop, please, make it stop. Memories, training, hunger, weapon, fire, recap, fall, devour. Help me, so sorry, please, tearing me apart. Others fleeing, believing, horizon, fire, death, a ship, condor, approach, swarm, hunger. Won't let you, won't let you, won't let you. Charging, sprinting, slicing, food, leave behind, condor, won't, aboard, let, devour, depart, heal, become. Original stories are available on Halo Waypoint. All rights to Halo belong to Halo Studios and Microsoft. Get connected with the team at jumperscape.com. Stories from Waypoint is presented by Scion Esports. Find their events and opportunities at sionesports.com.